Welcome to another episode of the INH show where we talk about geek culture, news, and lifestyle. It's been a while since we've done an episode, just purely because we've been probably a little bit busy doing our own thing.
Being grown-ups with being adults is not good, isn't it?
Yeah. So, actually, I'll start off with you. Well, what have you been up to, man?
I've been up to some stuff. What have you been up to?
Stuff? No, been playing a lot of games lately. Reviewing it for the one of my mates' site, which is Maxi Geek.
Shout out for Maxi Geek.
Yeah. Hey Luke, how you doing? Really great site. So he does a lot of gaming reviews and goes to E3 and all that sort of stuff. So pretty awesome. Obviously, I went to that Ant-Man. What is it? The media pass screening thing. Yeah, which is really cool.
The perks of
So games, riding my motorbike a little bit more. That's about it, man. Work, a lot of work, storyboarding.
There's a lot of work stuff, which I guess I can't really get into it because of the nature of my work. But yes, I've been hitting the cinemas quite a bit, and I guess it's been a while since we've done this, and I think we just wanted to catch up and. Well, I'm going to tell you what I've been up to, and then I guess next time you're going to tell me what you've been up to.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. I've seen a few movies lately, and of note, so I saw Mission Impossible 5.
Oh, I watched that.
Fantastic Four.
I didn't watch that.
And The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Didn't watch that either.
So you saw Mission Impossible? Yes.
Yes.
Did you enjoy it?
I think the previous one was not better. I enjoyed that a lot more. You know what it was? I was totally excited to watch the motorbike, the motorcycle scene, and that was really cool. The scene was cool, but it was so short, and it felt like the action for it was a lot shorter than I expected. Does that sort of make sense?
Well, did you like the motorcycle action in the second Mission Impossible?
You'll have to. Is that the one where he goes up in the air?
Yeah, he jumps on the side, he's shooting, he's using the mirror, and they fly off each other.
I remember that was pretty cool. Unrealistically cool.
I think this Mission Impossible was. Actually, now that you bring it up, I don't know if I like the fourth one better than the fifth one. They're both really good. I think we can agree on that, right? They're both enjoyable movies. Or do you disagree?
No. They're both enjoyable movies. I still prefer the fourth one than the fifth one. But that's just me.
Because of the recency bias, I will say the fifth one's better. The fourth one is very good. I can't deny that. But the fifth one... Did you like the chick in it? Because she's basically the only new...
I didn't hate her. I didn't love her.
Yeah, I thought she was alright.
It is what it is.
Did you like the villain in this one? The old guy. Do I have to describe him to you?
Right. That's how I felt about it. I wasn't all for it. I wasn't against it.
See, because going into this movie, I was really looking forward to it. They had this. They had the Syndicate, and then they brought onto this is the anti-IMF, right?
Right. So that was cool. The idea behind it.
Yeah, the idea behind it. But I guess the execution was not quite there because I thought, you would have someone who is the Bizarro Tom Cruise, maybe not Bizarro, but the anti Ethan Hunt, and then you'd have the anti Benji, or there's a smart guy in the team, and then there's one of the villains is he's good at fighting, and he's like Batman basically, because Ethan Hunt is Batman. Can we say that? That's he is basically Batman. He was one step ahead of everyone.
Okay. Do you want to make the comparison, man? You're the Bat fan here.
Well, I mean, he basically was like Batman in as much as he was one step ahead of everyone, and he always had the plan, and he knew what he was doing all along.
That's fair.
But Mission Impossible 5 was good. If you can still watch it, I would strongly recommend you go and see it.
Right.
That brings us to Fantastic Four. Now, you haven't seen Fantastic Four?
I have not. I've heard all sorts of stories about it.
I am willing to go into any movie and give it the best chance, give it a fair chance that I'm going to like the movie.
Are you sure, man? You were about it, weren't you?
I was, but I was willing to be proven wrong.
Okay.
And especially when everyone says a movie is bad, I will go into it and give it a bit more leniency, because I don't... As much fun as we have bad-mouthing a movie, I still want all movies that I watch to be good.
Right.
So I went in there with a fair... I tried to go in without any sort of any of the negativity that we had all read about.
Right.
But the first scene of the movie is... It's 2007 or something like that.
Okay.
And you see Reed Richards
was
and
he
Ben
a kid?
Grimm. Yeah, he's a kid. He's in primary school. So already I didn't like it because these are millennials. Because I just don't like these young millennials. They're so, these overachieving millennials.
But what if they did it where it's modern time and then they do a flashback to when he was a kid?
Then
would that be a difference?
Would that make a difference? Maybe, but don't just... Because they basically out and out tell you the age of these kids, you know, it's hard to avoid it. So that kind of... I didn't really like that. Okay. In all fairness to the movie, though, I want to say the first 30 minutes or so, I didn't dislike it. I like how they modernized it. I like how they put these characters in a reimagined setting. So they made them young, which is fine. But just don't tell me exactly how old they are. Okay. And instead of flying off into space, the plot device that they use is that they teleport into
another dimension.
Another dimension, another parallel universe or something to that effect. All right. So I think that's pretty cool, and that's how they get their powers. But everything else after that really starts to go downhill.
Why?
Because first of all of the characters, in my opinion, all of the characters are not likable. I didn't like any of the characters at all. None of them are really that redeemable. The only likable character in this movie, Fantastic Four, is Doctor Doom. So when the villain becomes the most likable character, and what I mean by that is that I think his motivation is somewhat relatable, as a good villain should be.
But is it justifiable? Do you know what I mean? Like, as a villain... Yes,
I don't think it's justifiable, but you can sort of take his side. Okay. That's just the vibe I got from it. So he was this like he was this rebellious genius. By the way, we didn't call out
spoilers on this already because it's been out for a while, right? We just haven't spoken about it.
I'm saving you money right now. Don't go watch Fantastic Four. It's really not that good. I think the franchise just needs to go away a little bit. In fact, is there a Fantastic Four book right now in the comic shops? Like, if I go to Classic Comics, shout out to Classic Comics, can I buy a Fantastic Four book?
I'm sure there is. You know what? I haven't been reading a lot of Marvel stuff lately.
A current book, yeah.
I actually don't know, purely because Marvel stuff I haven't really touched.
Yeah, well, I've looked into previews and solicitations, and I don't
see a Fantastic Four book.
Yeah,
probably not. Well, with all the what is it, Secret Wars that's happening at the moment? They're revamping everything, which is a bit... It's basically Marvel's version of... what's DC's one that they had when they revamped?
When they, like, Infinite Crisis.
That's the one, yeah. So.
But I guess that shows you how much Marvel really is behind this project. And I don't want to go into the backstory about... Because now that the movie's been out for a while, you've read or you've been told of, you know, how behind the scenes, the director, Josh Trank...
You're right.
...has... there's been a lot of drama backstage.
Yeah. Well...
I don't know what's true and what isn't.
Yeah, well, you never know, right? But unless I'm mistaken as well, I read somewhere that obviously this isn't Marvel Studios creating this.
Well, we know it's Fox.
It's a Fox, right? And it was something to do with the licensing, so they had to like beat out this film real fast so they can keep the licensing. Is that what it is?
Well, the Roger Corman did that, and look how that turned out. So I think when a studio tells you got to get this movie out, otherwise we lose the licensing. Yeah. Then you're already going uphill.
You know what? Fox just needs to go, you know what, Marvel? We stuffed up. Here you go. Take it. Make it awesome and make a lot of money out of it.
I think the X-Men movies have been very good. I think they should just lean on that. Spider-Man, not so much. Fantastic Four. This Fantastic Four, unfortunately, was not that good. I can't really recommend it. There's no stinger in this movie. All right, so
there's no stinger.
Don't stick around.
Okay. Let me ask you,
there's no stinger at all.
Why is Johnny Storm of African American?
See, that wasn't too bad as well.
Is it to do with it? Like his father's obviously, I'm assuming, African American, and he adopted Susan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a feeling it was something like that.
And see, that's fine. Like if you're gonna update and modernize it.
And it is a modern scenario. Yeah, it is, so that's fine.
It didn't actually feel like doing it for the sake of stunt casting or just, look, we're changing the race of this. Yeah. It didn't feel like it in it. I guess
that's good.
When the casting came out, my thought was, well, this doesn't make sense.
It's a shock value thing. Yeah.
But in the actual movie, it's fine. It sort of makes sense in the context that this world is changing. Right. But like I said, none of these characters are really all that likable. There is a scene in this movie... Listen to this. There's a scene in this movie where Reed Richards, when they come back, they all get their powers. Okay?
Right. And wait, before you get into it all, can I just call out that from watching the trailers, I mean, I know a lot of people were bad-mouthing the trailer. I thought the trailer looks really cool.
I thought the trailer looked boring.
Well, to me it looks cool because it's what the Marvel Studios does, which is films are made not as a superhero film. They have a particular genre in the superhero universe, right? And that's what I thought this was going to be like a science fiction with these superhero characters in it.
Well, like I said, the first 30 minutes or so is very much like that. Okay. And once they get there... Because, a lot of times with some movies, it's fun to see them without the powers. And then when they get powers, it becomes even more fun, like because you
Right.
don't care about them.
Yeah.
When they get the powers, I just didn't care about any of them at all.
Oh.
So when they get their powers, okay, what happens is that military comes in. I'm getting ahead of myself. When they get their powers, they get put into like quarantine, and Reed Richards escapes. Okay, and as he's escaping, he goes past Ben Grimm, who becomes the Thing.
Yep.
So picture him there. So he becomes that big rock monster, right?
Right.
So he's crawling past him, and then he sees him, and Ben Grimm's like, "No, don't leave me, right?" Which is, like it's a sympathetic moment. And Reed is like, I'll come back. I promise, I'll come back. And then he escapes, and then he escapes from this quarantine area.
Right.
And then we fast forward 1 year ahead of time.
Excuse me?
So yeah, it goes like 1 year ahead of time, and in that 1 year.
Wait, when you say 1 year ahead of time,
So the screen blacks out. Yep, the screen blacks out, and it says 1 year later. Something.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
So that's what happens. Okay.
But the whole idea behind a superhero movie, just like Ant-Man, is they show you gradually what happens through the time and ages of how they develop.
Yeah. Well. They show you what happens in this 1 year, because what happens is that the military comes in and they recruit the Thing to be like an agent, not an agent, a soldier. Right. So he does, like wet works and that sort of thing.
Right.
So that's what happens in the 1 year. And in that 1 year as well, they're trying to track Reed down. Okay?
So he's disappeared.
Yeah, he's disappeared, he's off the grid. And what he's doing is that he's trying to go back into that parallel dimension, or that parallel universe, right?
Right.
Now, they capture him, the military and the Fantastic Three, if you will, or Fantastic Two and Horrible One, they catch Reed. And then Reed says, I'm no good to you guys. So, basically, the vibe is that he doesn't even care about his friends anymore. I mean, I guess the subtext could be that he wants to go back to see if there's a cure to reverse their powers.
So he'll come back and...
But it was never really said. You really have to join a lot of dots, but there was nothing in this character that made him likable at all. Right. By the way, that picture is very photoshopped. He doesn't look like that at all, Reed Richards.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He looks nothing like that.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so, and the other thing is, this military guy who's recruiting them, he's kind of emotionally blackmailing them. He's saying, you have these powers, you should be helping the government, and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
We're well into spoiler territory by now. So, they go back to the, that parallel dimension.
Right.
And they find Victor Von Doom.
And he was stuck there the whole time?
He was stuck there, yeah.
Oh.
He was stuck there the whole time. So they went there, and then when they went back, he got like things were exploding, and he couldn't get back to the shuttle in time.
Right.
Basically. So they go back, they retrieve him. Now, this military guy is a really scummy...
the stereotypical
he's a
mastermind of the...
Yeah,
right.
Now, Victor ends up killing him in what is a pretty gruesome death scene, right? But, like, the villain is killing the villain again. So, again, they're making Victor Von Doom, like, the most likable guy in this movie. And he's just walking around, he's, like, killing people, he's blowing people up. You've seen Chronicle, right?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, I haven't seen Chronicle.
You haven't?
No, I still haven't seen Chronicle.
I really liked it.
This movie is not going to convince me to watch Chronicle.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it really isn't that good.
Chronicle is actually really good.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, it's you know what? It's probably because I wasn't expecting it as well. I only saw bits and pieces, like the typical home videos.
I think it was quite creative, right?
It's very creative,
especially for its time.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. So that's why when I saw Chronicle, then it was like announcement of Fantastic Four, I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. Then I saw the trailers, I was like, yeah, it's not bad. But everyone just sort of said...
Like I said, the first 30 minutes is kind of unique and quite interesting. It's an interesting take on the Fantastic Four mythology, but it just really breaks down and deteriorates. I wouldn't even give it a 4 out of 10. It's not that good.
Not even a 4. 4 is below average. 4 is below, like...
You know what? Just to make it a nice round number, I will say that Fantastic Four gets a 4 out of 10. This new Fantastic Four.
Wow.
So it is below average.
Crap.
I don't think it was really that much of a waste of time. I'm glad I went to see it.
Okay.
But it really wasn't that good a movie. What do you think of that?
I'm a bit shocked, but wow. Wow.
But now that I tell you this, like, do you even care to give it a chance and see?
I almost want to watch it to see how bad it is, if that sort of makes
sense.
And like
there was a certain element of it, me going into it, like, how bad is it really that bad?
Wait, is it bad in the sense, though, of it's bad because it's different compared to the books? Because you know how a lot of...
a
lot of people tend to watch comic book movies or a movie or a TV series that's been translated from a novel or a graphic novel, all that sort of stuff, and you got a lot of these purists, we'll call them purists, they're like, no, it's not the same as the book, no. And for me, that drives me insane, because it's like, dude, you gotta go in with an open mind. Things that translate from a book over to like the big screen just does not work sometimes, hence why you have to change it. But is this one of those things where it's not really, it's not terrible because, do you get what I'm saying here?
I just think it's bad. I just think it's bad because it seems to me that they maybe changed the script or they wanted to change elements of it.
Okay.
I think the director had a certain vision going in. Okay. And he seemed to be passionate about the project.
And then all of a
sudden, for whatever reason,
like,
it just didn't. Yeah, like okay. The climax of the movie is this action scene. Right. And it just seems a little bit out of place. Okay. We never really got a sense of seeing their powers and that sort of thing.
I have a question then.
Go on.
Could it be that the edited version of this they've cut out a whole bunch of stuff out that they're missing? Do you get what I'm saying?
Potentially, because, but I wouldn't even bother to... I mean, me personally seeing it, I've seen enough of it. I don't really think I need to go back and revisit. Like, for example, the Fantastic Four movie with Chris Evans and...
The first and second one,
Jesse Eisenberg and so on.
Yeah. It was cheesy and lame, but
at least there was an element of fun in that movie. It felt like a comic book movie.
It felt like a very...
Now, Fantastic Four, I know that it is rooted in science fiction, and that's fine. They went down that road, but it just wasn't for me, and it seemingly wasn't for anyone.
But it didn't feel like they were missing out, right? Like for example, Age of Ultron... That felt like they cut a whole lot of stuff out. Yeah. And obviously it was announced that they did. Joss Whedon had his own particular cut. But...
I don't know whether this one had bits cut out of it, or they just said, we need to go a different direction for whatever reason. Okay. That might have been the case, but...
Alright.
Fantastic Four, it is more like the Ultimates version. It just...
But the Ultimates, wasn't for me. But the Ultimates book was actually really good.
I did read Ultimate Fantastic Four up until issue 50 or so, and it was interesting. Right. It was very much grounded in science fiction.
Right.
More so than the superheroics of it.
That's right.
Yeah. And I think this one wanted to do that, but in the end, it just... Yeah. Like...
It's a shame.
It's...
Bow.
I wanted to like it. I wanted to like it. I gave it a fair chance. Okay. It just wasn't that great. I think Fantastic Four needs to go away for a little bit, certainly in the movies.
Fair enough.
Finally, I want to spend a bit of time talking about The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I went to watch The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I took my parents to watch it. Now, you haven't seen that either.
Nope.
Do you know the show The Man from U.N.C.L.E., the old show?
Nope.
I know a little bit about the background. First of all, it should be called The Men from U.N.C.L.E. because there's two of them, alright?
Okay.
Because I'm a grammar, I'm big on grammar. This movie is fun. I really recommend it. I had a lot of fun watching it.
Is it cheesy lame fun?
I don't think it's cheesy at all. It's done pretty much with a straight face, but there are light elements.
Okay.
I think it was... So, I saw it with my parents, and they are familiar with the Man from U.N.C.L.E. series.
So it was an old TV series?
It was based... Yeah, it's based on an old TV series, which I believe was black and white. That's how old it was.
Wow, okay.
I won't go too much into it, but I'll just leave you guys with some of the gems that my mother said to me as we were walking out of the cinema. So she said that... What do you think of this? She said that the Russian guy was very handsome. Now, you know who the Russian guy is?
Is he the guy from The Social Network?
Yeah.
He is a pretty boy.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying he's ugly, but like next him and Henry Cavill. So my mum singled out the Russian as very handsome. It said nothing about Henry Cavill. I asked her what she thought about Henry Cavill because Henry Cavill's character is like a smooth. He's like a James Bond type character. Yeah. Right. So he's dashing. He's smooth, and she was like, "Oh, he was too sissified." Her words, sissified. Right. So she said that the Russian guy was very handsome. She said the fashion was good because it was based in the 60s, and she liked the music. Oh, and she also said Hugh Grant looks old.
Well, I'm sure he's aged by now. How old is he now?
He's not young, but he's
an old man by now. So
well, hey, good for Hugh Grant. It's a good movie. You should watch it. I recommend
sure I'll check it out. Yeah.
There is no stinger, so I'll say that because I think people want to know that. Okay. I hope there's a sequel. I really, really hope there's a sequel.
Have they left it open-ended so it does feel like it can easily create a sequel for it?
Yeah. I mean, no one dies. It's Napoleon Solo's not going to die at the end of that movie.
So, but overall, just to talk about it very quickly before we wrap up here, it's a spy secret agent movie, isn't it?
Pretty much, yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I will say this as well. I'm gonna give some very mild spoilers. I know that you don't care about this sort of thing, but I guess I'm being a hypocrite here because in some ways I would care if you said this to me. The movie, so you've seen the trailer? The Man from U.N.C.L.E.? There is a scene in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. where Hugh Grant sort of turns away from them, he's walking, and he says, oh, you have a new code name.
Right.
Uncle, right? Something to that effect.
Yeah.
The movie ends on that scene.
Dude, that was a hardcore spoiler.
The movie, well...
I can't
bring that up.
After spoiler etiquette, you actually... Oh my god.
I only said it because I know you don't care about this because, I'm so anal about this sort of thing. Wow. I bring it up because of this. I really don't like trailers that have that. I'm watching the movie and that scene is in my mind. I don't know why, because I guess when you watch a trailer, you sort of identify, well, I saw this bit in the trailer, right? And so, and it becomes very apparent that this scene has not occurred just yet. And so it ends on that scene. And I'm sure there are a few trailers that have done that. I'll give you another example. I think Captain America 2 ended that way. You know, there's a scene where Falcon goes, something like, when do we start? And then Cap says, oh, we just did, or, we already have.
Right.
And Captain America 2 ended on that that scene. So I really don't like it when trailers give us
the ending.
That scene. Yeah.
I'm okay with it. Anyways.
Well, yeah, that's why I build it up. So I apologize to the fans because, yes, I know it's a bit hypocritical for me to say that. But I just want to bring up the fact, studios, don't do that. Even though it's a cool little tagline, there's a better way to say it.
That'll be like the editor of the trailers, unfortunately. So, yeah. But let us know what you think of
Mission Impossible 5, Fantastic Four.
Oh, wow, that many?
Mission Impossibles.
I was just going to talk about, let us know on Fantastic Four and Men from U.N.C.L.E.
Well, let us know what you think.
Mission Impossible 5 as well, yeah. I mean, is it good? Is it not? What did you think?
Is it better than 4 or is it
That's what I want to know. If it's better than 4. I thought it was better. Oh, sorry, I thought 4 was better than 5. But anyways, let us know. Comment on the field below. And make sure you check out our Facebook page as well.
Yep, if you like our content, give us a like, share it with your friends. If you don't like our stuff, give us a like and share it with your friends anyway.
Pretty much. Let's know. We'll catch you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.